Teemania show. I'm the T. So last night was Monday Night Raw. So here's my review for it. The Hurt Business came out looking sharp as they always do. Last week there were some issues with Cedric and Shelton, and basically MVP and Bobby were coming at them. Just like tonight, they was coming at them and they kicked them out the group. And I don't like this at all. I'm not a fan of this move. I'm hoping that it's a ruse. That they get back together or they rejoin a group after WrestleMania or even during WrestleMania. But I don't like this decision. There was something about those brothers being together, coming out, beating up people, looking sharp, just being awesome, and having them break them off like this is, I don't like that. Anyway, so backstage, Sheamus attacked Riddle, and there's a lot of Matt Riddle tonight, or Riddle as they call him now. There's a lot of them tonight. They had a match, and in the match, they were going back and forth, and it was pretty decent. So at this one point, Sheamus drops Riddle on the hardest part of the mat, that edge corner part of the ring, and it looked nasty, it looked vicious. So after that, Sheamus wins, and when he has back turned, Matt Riddle hits him. It was a pretty decent match, though. They're gonna have a match in WrestleMania. It's a lot of rematches at WrestleMania. After this, there was a small exchange between AJ, Amos, and Drew. Drew was basically saying, "Yo, are you gonna be the one that's gonna trying to take me out, or is it gonna be you? It's gonna be you." He's kind of doing that for the remainder of the night. This leads to Shane inside the ring. Now, the Shane Braun storyline is not my cup of tea. I'm not really feeling it at all. Like I said before in one video, it reminds me of what they did to the Big Show when Shane was going against the Big Show in the early 2000s, 2000 I believe it was, and he was calling the Big Show, the Big Slow, calling him stupid, saying which way did he go? Which way did he go? That's what this reminds me of. Anyway, so they did some fake report cards saying Braun is basically slow and he's idiotic and shit like that. And this led to Braun coming out and he went up against Riker. I want to say Striker. He seems more like a striker than Riker. But he went up against Riker, beat him up, boom, boom, boom. Then he went after Shane. Shane went up the ramp. And he challenges Shane to a match at WrestleMania, which we knew was going to happen. And he challenged him to a steel cage match. I wonder how that's going to turn out. I mean, in reality, Braun should break Shane up. But we'll see how that turns out. After this was The Miz and Morrison. They was out for the dirt sheet. And they wanted to show their brand new video, Hey Hey Hop Hop. Okay? And, they was doing a little back and forth they do. And it was funny. It was actually kind of entertaining. So they showed a video. And the video and the song were actually good. I had legit laughs when I watched it. And it was cool, This led out to Bad Bunny and Damian Priest to come out. And Bad Bunny, boom, he caught the shit out of Miz. So, at WrestleMania, it's The Miz versus Bad Bunny. Not Morrison with Miz and not Priest with Bad Bunny as a tag team, but just a one-on-one between those two guys. I was hoping more for a tag team, but we see how that goes. After this, Randy Orton cuts a pretty decent promo backstage about the Fiend, the new Fiend, and Alexa Bliss. And then we have Lashley and MVP versus Shelton. And, Lashley beats up Shelton in the match. He wins and with the Hurt Lock. And like I said, I don't like this. This is making me uncomfortable. I don't like seeing the brothers wrestle like this. I don't like seeing them fight. I don't care for this at all. But I mean, I know it's a storyline, and I'm hoping that it's leading to something. It's breaking my heart. I'm gonna be honest with you. So backstage, the New Day confronts AJ and Amos. They're gonna have some sort of game out there. And the game they have is charades. This was a pretty entertaining segment. It was actually kind of funny. Amos was not with the games at all. It was cheesy fun, but Amos was not with it. So there was a match between Xavier and AJ, and it was a good match, a real good match. Xavier, he really needs to wrestle more often, and he like solo. I wouldn't mind him, you know, he's going for the King of the Ring or something like that. Xavier needs to go out there and do more solo stuff. I mean, they don't got to break away from the New Day, but he needs to do more solo stuff. He's a good worker. But at some point, Amos grabs Kofi and drove him over the barricade. I know they can't wait to get out of that barricade. I mean, out of that arena, because I've seen that spot so many times. People just picking people up and just throwing them over the barricade. I'm a little tired of it, seriously. Um, so after this, Alexa Bliss was in her Alexis Bliss playground. She's swinging back and forth. She's talking about Randy and the Fiend, and then the Fiend is there also. He's also on swings, and of course, this is he's in his burnt outfit, and it reminds me of Pumpkinhead. For those who know that reference, Pumpkinhead was this movie in the early '90s, late '80s, a horror film. It just looks like Pumpkinhead to me. Um, Drew McIntyre. He goes into the locker room and like he's just like, yo, who's gonna be the one? Who's gonna be the one to take it out of me? He's talking about this person. He's talking about that person. He says, yo, get off the phone. Don't tweet about this. He steps to Braun. Braun's like, look, I got enough problems going on with Shane right now. I ain't trying to fight with you right now. He attacks Drew Gulak for some reason. You know what I mean? He's just going off. So he says to Ricochet, what about you? Blah, blah, blah. They go back and forth. Ricochet, yeah, I'll meet you out there. Okay. So after this was Sheena Blazer versus Naomi. And Dana and Mandy are out there doing the commentary along with Nia and Reginald. Ilana, boo. She's out there too. So some chaos happens and confusion on the outside, and Naomi rolls up Sheena. I didn't like this. So remember I told you we got more Matt Riddle. So Oscar's walking backstage, and Matt Riddle he rides up on a scooter. He's been using his scooter a lot lately, and they have this weird exchange between Oscar and Matt Riddle, where it looks like Matt Riddle messed up his lines. It was so weird. It's so funny. So he messed up his lines so bad that he like skated off, and they would say something to him, and he shouts back, "Never mind, never mind." Like he stopped himself. Like I'm glad he stopped himself because, like he said something on the lines of, do they have scooters in Japan? And then he's just like, you know what? Forget it. I don't know. That's exactly said. I don't know. And then he skates off. Like, it was so weird, and you could tell that it was like a mess up. You know what I'm saying? Um, so Oscar's making her way out to the ring, and they show Rhea, and she's like, I guess Rhea's like real tall, and they had her next to this shorter guy to make her look like so huge or whatever like that. But anyway, Oscar goes out to the ring, and Rhea's there, and they go do a signing. They have a little exchange. Adam Pearce is out there too, and it looked like it was gonna be cool. With it, next you know, Rhea flips the table on her and shit. She flips the table on her, and then this brings out Naya, Reginald, and Shayna, and Asuka's still on the ground from a table, and she's just like holding her face and like, yeah, next week we're gonna have a match. It's gonna be a tag match between us four, and I'm just like, they doing that on SmackDown right now. Why are they doing it here? It's just stupid. It was dumb, and I did not like seeing Asuka just still laying on the ground, holding her face from a table flipped on her. Like, that was corny. Um, so it was Drew versus Ricochet. It's a good match. Drew won. It was like I said, it was a good match. It was short, but Drew won, and then out of nowhere, Ali comes, not with Retribution, just Ali by himself, looking awesome, looking sharp, looking in shape. This was a good match, also short. Sheamus won that one, and this led to Bobby Lashley comes out. Bobby Lashley at the top of the joint, and he's talking And then as he's talking to the to Drew McIntyre, and they have a little back and forth. They get to the ring and everything. Out of nowhere, here comes Corbin from SmackDown, King Corbin from SmackDown. I guess it was supposed to be a surprise since no one on Raw wanted to take out Drew McIntyre. Not really. So Corbin hit him with the deep six, and deep six is an awesome looking move, and he hit him. And Bobby puts him inside a hurt lock. And he puts him in a hurt lock 3 times. And that's the end of the show. And that was just an okay episode of Raw. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too good. Like I said, this is before in other videos. We're on our way to WrestleMania, and none of this feels like WrestleMania build up. This just feels like an episode of Raw going to like a B- pay-per-view. I don't know if it's not because of the fans or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't seem like the writers, and kind of looks like it doesn't seem like the performers are putting their heart into this. And I think they just want to get this WrestleMania over with, get some fans into their arenas, and hope next year's going to be better. Anyway, I'm the T. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, share it, leave a comment, all that jazz, you know what I mean? Talk to you later.